It is time to predict the award winners for the 2023 NBA season. So I'm going to name some names, I'm going to name some awards, and in like 8 to 9 months, I'm probably going to be wrong on most of them. But we're going to keep trying anyway. It doesn't matter how bad my track record in the past is, I'm going to keep trying to guess these before the season starts. So let's begin with the Defensive Player of the Year. And I think the runner-ups for this award will be Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. I think Embiid is going to have more help on offense this year than he ever has before. It's going to let him put more energy onto defense once again. He's always said he wants to win Defensive Player of the Year, and we have seen him have borderline Defensive Player of the Year caliber seasons in the past. It's just about him playing enough games and not being absolutely worn out on offense. Ben Simmons, meanwhile, is going to be the only good defender on the Brooklyn Nets, as far as I can tell. The only great defender, at the very least. The only significantly above average one. And while I'm not betting on him to win, just because, I don't know how many games he's going to play. He keeps having back issues. And they're going to ask him to be a rim protector a lot, and I just don't think he can really do that. But other than that, the dude is the most versatile player in the NBA, one of the best perimeter defenders we've ever seen. I think he is going to be in the conversation, but I do not think these players will beat out Rudy Gobert for his 4th Defensive Player of the Year award. Everybody kind of got tired of how good he was in Utah, even though he was pretty clearly the best defender in the league for the last 4 to 5 seasons. But, people are tired of giving him the award, so getting to Minnesota, it's going to kind of refresh people's opinion. They're going to see him with a different team and see just how great his impact is. I really think he's going to once again win a Defensive Player of the Year award, despite all the negative stuff around him, and he's going to tie Ben Wallace and Dikembe Mutombo with the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time. It's going to be crazy. Next up, we have the Rookie of the Year, and in my mind, there's a clear choice here. It's Paolo Banchero. Now granted, didn't follow college football a ton. I don't know a ton about the new rookie class, but as far as I've seen, Banchero stands out head and shoulders above everyone else. I really don't think it's even going to be a close race. The dude looks like an NBA-ready player already. He looks like he's going to be a very good, 15-point-per-game guy from the start. He does a little bit of everything. He could be solid defensively. He's going to be a good starter for this Magic team. I really can't picture anyone else winning the Rookie of the Year award, especially since Chet Holmgren is going to miss the entire season with an injury. Next up, Most Improved Player. In this one, I've only really got 2 players who stood out to me for it. I'm going to say that Fernie Simons wins. I think that when Dame went out last season, he went absolutely ballistic, and even though his stats are going to go down a little bit this year compared to what he did when Damian Lillard was out, I think that overall he's going to play even better, and the kid is going to just absolutely show out next season. However, if someone else was to win it, I think it very well could be Bones Hyland, and he's got something in his favor but also working against him. So, similar to Fernie Simons, he got a chance to step up last season because Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. were both out, so they were able to give him more minutes. And towards the end of the year, he really started to get it together. His efficiency was going way up. He was becoming a much, much better NBA player. But next year, those 2 players are going to come back. They're going to take a lot of shots away from him, and even though I think that improvement-wise, he may actually improve more from the past year than Anfernee Simons will, I don't think he's going to get the same opportunity as Simons to score a whole bunch of points and make headlines and win this award. So I think the award's going to go to Simons, but I think that Bones Hyland is definitely the dark horse runner-up for this award, and if something were to happen once again to Michael Porter Jr. or Jamal Murray where their injuries have a setback, then Hyland is definitely going to be in the race, in my opinion. Next, let's talk about the 6th Man of the Year award. I think this is going to go to Jordan Poole. Now, obviously, we don't know exactly who's going to be the 6th man on a lot of teams, but my 3 guys for this are Jordan Poole, Tyler Hero, and Marcus Smart. I've seen a lot of people suggesting that Malcolm Brogdon is going to come off the bench for the Celtics, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. He's clearly a better player than Marcus Smart in my eyes. He's not as good defensively, but on offense, he clears him, and he's still a pretty solid defender as well. He's a significantly better passer and playmaker. He's a better shooter. He's better at finishing at the rim. He's a better fit with Tatum and Brown. There's no reason to not have Malcolm Brogdon starting, and I don't think that Marcus Smart is going to score enough off the bench to win the Sixth Man of the Year award. Tyler Hero, we've seen him do his thing the last couple years. I feel like he's just always that guy who's like on the edge of this award, but he's not really going to get it. Jordan Poole, however, is a media darling. Everyone loves him. Everyone loves Golden State right now. They're a big fan of Poole after the finals. I think Jordan Poole is going to win the Sixth Man of the Year award, and it honestly, like, there's going to be some competition here, especially from Hero, but I could see this award being a blowout in Poole's favor. If he keeps up playing like he was in moments, like he becomes more consistent next season off the bench for Golden State, he could run away with this award, honestly. For Coach of the Year, I think the two main candidates are Michael Malone for the Nuggets and Chris Finch for the Timberwolves. Steve Kerr is kind of a dark horse just because the offense that he has the Warriors run is always so incredible, and he does a great job defensively as well, but usually Coach of the Year is involves a big boost from the previous season. And the Timberwolves, I'm gonna go with Michael Malone here to win the award because I think the Nuggets are going to have a massive boost from the previous season. The Timberwolves, I think, are a little more iffy. They could have a really big boost with Rudy Gobert, but there's definitely a world where they don't necessarily, and the fit's weird, and they end up having issues. So for right now, I'm going with Michael Malone, but I think Chris Finch has a very good chance, and realistically, Coach of the Year just tends to go to one of the winningest teams in the league, so there's a whole bunch of other candidates who could easily win this one. This is one that, 100 spitballing here. 100% just guessing. Finally, to finish off this video, let's talk about the MVP. I think we will have the same top three MVP finishers next season in Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis. I know a lot of people think Luka could be in there. A lot of people are thinking Curry after the regular season as well. The thing with Curry is I don't think he's going to have another MVP caliber season at this point in his career. Not even necessarily MVP caliber, but with as good as those other guys who are currently around their peaks are right now, I don't think he's going to stand out over them because I think he's going to take it a little bit easier in the regular season and not just, push himself like crazy going into the age of, 35? He's getting up there in years. Luka, meanwhile, I just don't think he's going to have the wins. I think that Embiid, Jokic, Luka, and Giannis are all in that same tier of being, really good, legit superstar players. They're all, going to be, top 6 players next season. But even if Luka does end up being the best player in the league next season, I don't think his team's going to win as much as the others because he's not going to have as much help as those other 3 players. And as we all know, wins are very important for the MVP award. So it comes down to those 3 guys. And I'm going to say that, unfortunately, Embiid is going to once again be the MVP runner-up. Giannis is going to finish 3rd, just barely behind Embiid, and I think Nikola Jokic is going to three-peat the MVP. I really, really do. I know a lot of people, this is not a popular opinion, but last season we saw what Jokic did. He dragged a terrible, garbage team to 48 wins. I find it very difficult to not see the Nuggets winning minimum 60 games next season if they are healthy, and I could see something really crazy like 65. And it's all going to be because of Jokic. He's going to have a lot more help. The team has improved on both ends of the floor. They improved a lot defensively with their trades, and they greatly improve on offense by getting Murray and Michael Porter Jr. back. Even one of them, I think, would get Jokic this award. But having both of them, where the offense is so much better around him, and at the same time, he's still very clearly the best player on the team, the only superstar. This man averaged 8 assists last season, passing to so many scrub players who cannot make their shots. I think we're going to see Nikola Jokic average triple-double next season while winning over 60 games and being the best defensively he's been in his career, and scoring a bunch of points, getting a bunch of rebounds. He's one of the league's best rebounders. I just think Jokic's stats are going to be so insane combined with his wins that even with all the voter fatigue that's going on, people are still going to have to give him the award. So I predict Nikola Jokic will win a 3rd straight MVP next season. Embiid and Giannis, they're going to have to wait to win one or to win another one. I think that Jokic right now is just too insane, and they're not going to be able to give it to anyone else after the performance he puts up next year. Thank you all for watching.